Why do some nonprofits struggle while others attract resources effortlessly? Why do some nonprofits chase donations while donations come to some of these nonprofits without putting in much effort? The difference is what we call systems. Systems is the reason why you chase donations, why you chase board members, why you chase executing programs without having the resources, and the reason why some other organizations execute programs, run a powerhouse board and a powerhouse team without putting in or sweating it out. If you are in the position where you're chasing donations, where you're writing grants by 2 a.m. in the morning, you're worried about raising money, the truth is you're struggling because you lack systems. Organizations that lack systems, you always find the leaders trying to raise more money. You always find the leaders trying to, execute programs. You always find the leaders trying to look for more, basically. But organizations that succeed are basically organizations that have the systems and the processes in place to bring in these donations, to get their board members to commit, to get their team to execute effortlessly. So the clear difference between organizations that struggle and those that succeed is the systems they put in place. And when I talk about systems, I am not talking about an abstract term or a technological term, because when we talk about systems, everybody thinks it's all about automation. I'm talking about the aspect of building out your organization in a way where every aspect of the organization works interdependently on each other towards achieving the vision and the mission of the organization. For small nonprofits just starting out, this is one of the reasons why they fail, because you have the leaders trying to do everything all by themselves. You have the leaders trying to raise money, just chasing donations, they're trying to build a board. But the difference with organizations that don't struggle is the fact that they know that what they have to do is build the systems that will drive these results instead of going about chasing these results themselves. So if you look at organizations like Feeding America, Habitat for Humanity, you find this solid organizational structure where the different moving parts are actively working towards creating the results the organization seek. But when you look at the smaller nonprofits or the nonprofits that are struggling, you always find out that the founders, the leaders are everywhere trying to do everything all by themselves. They're trying to raise money, they're trying to build a team, they're trying to, do all this different work that pulls them apart from the big picture. So, how do you build the systems that ensure the sustainability of your organization? How do you build a system that brings in the resources that's needed for you to run your organization and create impact effortlessly? It's all about working to build out the organization with your board members. And when I say build out the organization, basically build out the different departments of the organization that ensures the success, the sustainability of the organization, that ensures that you can successfully scale your organization without, you doing the run around. So, for example, if you're talking about fundraising, you should have a system running for fundraising within your organization. A system that's powered by a fundraising or resource development plan and a fundraising team that actively executes that plan on a day to day basis. When it comes to marketing, you should have a plan for marketing and a team that is actively executes that plan with their valuable resources on a day to day basis to make sure the organization is properly marketed and awareness is created about the mission and the vision that you are working on. This is what differentiates successful organizations from those that are struggling. But how do you build out this organization, especially for small nonprofits just starting out who think they don't have the resources to be able to build such a structure that these big nonprofits have? Well, the truth is this: it's not about resources when it comes to building systems. Every organization, regardless of the level or the stage you are, can build the right system for that stage. And that's why most nonprofits have access to volunteers, have access to be able to get people to help them until they are capable of, paying, or they have the financial capacity to begin to recruit full-time staff. So the goal for small nonprofits should be to be able to build a small volunteer team that's executing the different systems within the organization. So how it works is basically the board member who's been delegated the responsibility of that area of the organization develops a plan of action for that area of the organization, presents that plan of action to the board. The board approves that plan of action, and of course, the board member in charge, working with the founder or the central leader, then goes out there to recruit the team that's going to execute that plan. So, for example, an area like marketing, you may have to go out to go bring a content creator, email marketing person, um, social media manager, you know, this group of people to be able to execute your marketing plan so that consistently your message is out there and you're creating awareness on the mission or the need you're trying to meet. And of course, there are lots of platforms for you to get volunteers to start helping you take on this role until you're able to raise money enough to start bringing in a part-time contractors or even a full-time staff. This is how you build a system that scales. Because when each aspect of the organization is being executed on daily, consistently, it is that momentum that begins to create results for you. But you and your board, you can't do it all by yourself. So you trying to chase donations, or you trying to do the marketing, or you trying to do the awareness creation all by yourself, is basically you taking your eyes from the big picture, and that's derailing your organization. If you want to succeed, you must be able to build a plan of action for the different aspect of your organization, recruit a team that's going to execute, equip this team, and then work with them to execute on a day-to-day basis while you provide oversight, support, and keep focusing on the big vision that brought you in the first place. Without this, with you trying to chase grants, with you trying to chase fundraising, with you trying to chase board members, you're most likely going to struggle. And this system does not just, end with your team, your execution team. You also need a system to run your board so that your board members are committed and are eager to work with you to create the results that you seek for your organization. But how do you get your board members to step up to the point where they can be able to develop plans for the different aspects of the organization? How do you get them to be able to recruit that team, provide supervisory capacity, and execute with you to build the organization your mission deserves? And if you don't even have the right board members presently, how do you bring in the right board members to complement your board so that you have the right team in place? A team of fundraisers, marketers, community outreach person, someone with a lived-in experience. These different skill sets to come together to be able to help this mission work. This is where we help you. So with our help, you can be able to build a new board or re-engage your present board so that they can be able to step up, and then you can delegate responsibilities successfully so that everybody can begin to execute in a different aspect of the organization, thereby helping you build out the organization to the point where resources begin to come to you without you putting in all the effort all by yourself or stressing out your board members on a day-to-day basis. So if you're looking to execute, if you're looking to build a system that ensures the success of your organization, starting with your board and of course into fundraising and other aspect of your organization, we'll be happy to help you. Simply look on the description below. You did find a link to our website. Reach out and we will show up to help you fix your organization so that you can have the structure you need, the system you need to not just scale, but attract resources and enjoy your non-profit journey as you go. Until I hear from you or until I see you again, it's bye for today.